7 seconds if he expects to win. There's Donna giving the ready signal. John's flying toward the start line. He flips upside down. John is waiting for the right moment. Les firing up the engine. John's overhead. There's the signal. We're off. Hey, we're moving. I can see the plane overhead. I'm glued to my seat. The plane's out in front. Wait a second. Goodbye. Whoa, unbelievable ride. Les pops the chute. Oh, it feels like I'm going through the front window. Les powers down. There's the main chute. We're slowing down. John's banking his plane, heading home the loser. And we're coming to a stop. Fantastic. 0 to 300 in 7 seconds.
Let's go now to New Zealand, where a group of brave explorers are about to descend into the dark labyrinth.
Record jump over 4. On its wooden surface, it's the reinforced steel beams that will provide the actual support. Finally, the critical landing section of the ramp is complete. The wood surface is screwed down, then all sections are spot welded together. Only from this perspective can you fully appreciate the outrageous distance Johnny must fly if he hopes to successfully negotiate this record jump. Johnny rides a 500cc motocross bike, strengthened in those places where the jolting impact of a jump can break most models. It's on this bike that Johnny will risk his life.
Look good before I get...
As Johnny told us earlier, they've done it over 3, but it's never been done over 4. The choppers are whirring into action, their rotating blades kicking up dirt and wind. Both are potentially perilous factors that could hamper Johnny's attempt, as is a strong downdraft created by their 540 miles an hour rotation. You can see the pilots inside the cockpit of each chopper. Once everyone is satisfied with the speed of the blades, those guys get out. If anything should go wrong for Johnny, sitting inside those choppers is the last place those pilots want to be. And there he goes. There's nothing left for Johnny but to do the stunt. He's got about 800 feet to get his bike up to the precise speed. We've got fire extinguishers standing by. The pilots have left their choppers. Johnny revs his engine. That's the signal. Wind conditions are ideal. They're hardly blowing. And he's off. He's got the ramp in his sights. He's up, and he's over. He did it. Yeah! All right, I can't believe this. Way to go, Johnny. You can see his crew is just as thrilled as he is.
Yeah! We did it! Flawlessly, it looked like.
Oh, man, it went perfect. I was very happy. Yeah, that was fun.
You hit it exactly right on. Right
I'd
on,
like
right
to do
on
that
the money.
again.
You saw it, a new world
A
record.
lot of aggro in practice. I'll tell you more about that in a minute. Greg Albertini's been going so well, the only man to get a hat trick of motos, which was last time out in Czechoslovakia. And my word, he's on form. Pedro Tractor looking to hang on to some sort of chance of the World Championships. Strybos, you never count that man out, can you? You daren't. Remy Van Race, who went quite well in round 8. Okay, we're off with the first heat. It's been pouring with rain and then it's dried out. Very sandy, well prepared, and total chaos in this first right-hander here, my word. Now then, a quick look at the British entries here. Craig Prattley on a Honda. Keep your eyes open for him, number 18. Neil Shepherd, number 67, also on a Honda. Another Honda rider, Wayne Butt. We've also got Leah Thomas and Kelly Swanson there as well. So, we have a look at the front runners. And Greg Albertine has got a brilliant start so far. Some of the disasters were number 18, Craig Prattley, who started down in 21st place. He's got to battle his way back. He really has. But Greg Albertine clean out in front at the moment. Yves de Maria with a good start. And also Pedro Tractor, so anyone's race really at this stage. And Remy Van Ries started in about 4th place, and he's trying to push his way back at the moment. But Greg Albertine is out of trouble and clearly out in front. Honda showing everyone a clean pair of heels, and this young South African feels confident, is riding well, the machine's going well for him. And look at that. Riding like a star. Okay, in 2nd place, Remy Van Ries. Now, Remy Van Ries is looking quite hot at the moment on his Kawasaki, and there's a bit of a dearth of Kawasaki's in the top 10 at this stage. Now, Yves de Maria, we're looking for, I don't know, the man seems to have a fitness problem. He's such a talented rider, and he's up there or thereabouts at the moment in the top 5. And we've also got Tanum Voland in the top 5, 104. And there's Dave Strybos, 65. He's doing all right, but my word, he's got to get his starts right. He started 17th, and that's not good enough. It really isn't for a man who's chasing the championship like he is. Albertine serenely crosses the line ahead of Remy Van Ries, who didn't really give him a run for his money. We've got heats 2 and 3 after the break. Back to Poland for the 2nd moto. And look at this start, lots of problems there, and there'll be a few unhappy budgies in this one, I can tell you. There's all sorts. Craig Prattley's back in 16th. Nathan Shelton's back in 20th place at the start. One of the big surprises, Remy Van Ries is back in 10th, so he's not happy. But the man who's out there, is there no stopping this man? Well, 23 is Tom van Grimson going through in 2nd place, but Greg Albertine is out there storming through. You saw Joachim Carlsen, number 11, Remy Van Ries, number 12, is starting to move back up. Cheryl Swaber, Dave Strybos. Strybos had a bad start. He started in 13th place, so there's an awful lot going on up here. But Greg Albertine is clearly out in front. Joachim Carlsen going through there, and that was Remy Van Ries, 12. And then a whole bevy of them swarming through and up that hill there. It's a really strange little circuit, this. There's so many strange bends. If you've got about 5 or 6 kilos of good old Yorkshire sausages and threw them down on the ground, that would be like an aerial photograph of this course. It's got about 25 different bends, and they all go left, right, loads of little hairpins all zooming out. But it makes for some quite exciting racing, and excellent for the spectators, of course. So let's have a look how we're doing here. Joachim Carlsen hanging on in there. Tractor takes 2nd place. Greg Albertine takes 1st place. There we have a look at the lineup, and time for a chat with young Tractor. Well, yeah, he said, Greg had a good start, and I didn't have a good start, basically. And the gap was just too big. I couldn't close it. That was the problem, but no, we went okay. So 3 heats, of course, in the World Championship Series this year, and we move on to the 3rd moto of this round of the World Championships. And here was real problems, because all the top guys got stuck in the starting gates. Look, going through there is Pedro Tractor. And we lost so many of the guys. We lost Pedro Tractor, we lost Andrea Bartolini, we lost Yves de Maria. All of them caught with what they said was a slow starting gate, but maybe they were just getting a little bit eager and trying to steal a march on Greg Albertine. Anyway, out in front, in the initial stages, Cheryl Sweeber, as you saw there. Look, Pedro Tractor has now, look at the state of his bike. Tractor was chasing so hard that he had a big bundle, and there was an extraordinary collision as he came over a big jump and just crashed straight into a bike that was all crossed up coming over the jump and sideways. And big problems there. And the other bike was Michele Monti. So both bikes out of it, and Pedro Tractor won't be pleased with that. Meanwhile, up in front, it looks as if Remy Van Ries is moving into the lead. Dave Strybus is chasing hard, but he had to work his way right up from about 7th or 8th position because of a bad start. And going through there was Talon Boland. Craig Patley still started it in about 21st place, taking the checkered flag, Remy Van Ries, for his first ever Grand Prix moto win, and he'll be pleased with that. The man on the Kawasaki from Holland, Cheryl Sweeber second, Dave Strybos third, Peter Berra on his Suzuki fourth, and Greg Albertine fifth. So those are the standings. Albertine leading, but everyone barking at his heels.
Yeah, I realized I won it overall. I was pretty happy, but stupid mistake on my behalf. I hit the gate, and then my brake, when I hit it, something happened and it stopped working, and then I had another crash into some.
Well, whenever you go to County Down in the north of Ireland, there's always a welcome on the mat. And this is the venue for the 250cc World Championship Grand Prix Motocross. And the locals and a lot of other people too turning out for this event. The championship position, beautiful views here, just wonderful. So if we have a look at the positions initially, we've got Donny Schmidt leading with 223 points, Trampus Parker in second with 193 points, Alessandro Puzar with 188, Robert Moore, there's Donny Schmidt, the championship leader, Bobby Moore with 185. Rob Herring's in 7th place, tied with Badam Manet, and he's really the man on form. His Honda is going well, as the Hondas are going well in the 125cc division as well. Paul Mallin on his Kawasaki is currently 14th, and Mark Eastwood is 23rd. Those are the Brits. Here's Rob, the boy. He's been going so well in training and practice, and it's so green and beautiful here, isn't it? Look at this. And the boys scream off up the hill towards the first right-hander, and we're expecting some brilliant riding as we see Donny Schmidt out in front to start with, and it's interesting to see Bedamene in it at this stage. Just see him there, 18. There goes through Puzar. And then Trampus Parker, Jamie Dobb in about 5th place at the moment, I think. Yeah, 5th place and starting to climb his way up. Mickey Diamond. Well, get out of there, Mickey boy, get out of there. So, Donny Schmidt, keen to open up a gap and get ahead of the rest of the boys. And Badamene, well, look, he's back on the bike. That's extraordinary. Mickey Diamond, we have a chance to see what happened. Oh, and he just hit the tires and blew it completely, and luckily everyone avoided him and missed him. Well, he's ridden off, but he's actually retired from this first moto. So, let's have a look. There's Schmidt. And in 2nd place is Manet, Badamene. And Paul Cooper is going well at this stage as well. fact, I think the worst start of all, to be honest with you. Had to be Rob Herring. I mean, extraordinary. He was, I've just counted this down, he was in 14th position to start with, and he's screaming back up through the field, so keep your eyes open for number 19. He must be a little sad that he had such a bad start, but he's carving through the field. There goes Jamie Dobb, and he's riding absolutely beautifully. Jamie got a brilliant start. He started in about 5th place, kept clear out of trouble, and he's been putting sculpts in his saddlebag all the way around and through this event. Paul Cooper was the first sculpt he got rid of, and now he's starting to chase Pouzar, and so it's all really starting to happen. Mike Healy's on his head again. He really hasn't been able to get it together this year, and we don't really know why. The other guys are just so hot. Donny Schmidt is just going for it. But Jamie Dobb is in hot pursuit now, and you can see the battle there. With Pouzar in 3rd. And, well, it's quite extraordinary, actually, that Rob Herring has managed to work his way up through the field as he has. He's now way up somewhere around 5th position at this stage, and that's superb riding. Marlik Barefoots, he's got a problem. And there he goes, that is Rob Herring, chasing hard. He loves this course, the crowd cheering him on, of course, as they're cheering on Jamie when they get round to the more crowded parts of the circuit. So the man with the checker flag is there waiting for Donny Schmidt, and he's going to wave it also at Brit Jamie Dobb. Alessandro Pouzar 3rd. Mikhail Fantoni 4th, and Rob Herring riding his way into 5th position. Mark Eastwood 12th. Brilliant riding. So we had a chat with Donny Schmidt.
Yeah, it was pretty easy, but I didn't feel so well out there, so I was pretty much fighting the bike. It was easy win for me, but the way I was riding wasn't very good. I wasn't very happy with it, but I did get 20 points, so I can't complain about that, and there's still 2 heats left, so we'll have to see what happens.
So why did James Dobb leave his factory bike?
I'm just more used to it. The factory bike I wasn't real used to. It's completely different. It's a very nice bike to ride, and I just wished I'd have had time to get used to it. But in the present series, how everything's so hectic, I didn't have time to get used to the bike 100%, so I'm used to mine better.
Well, there you are. That's a good reason. Beautiful scenery as we prepare for heat or moto number 2. And here comes Rob Herring. He's the man that's going for it. Now, I have to tell you, motocross fans, that we've got a bit of a problem. We're only going to be able to show you the 2nd heat, not the 3rd heat. So I'll kind of talk you through this heat and the 3rd heat while you're watching heat 2, because it was a great day out for Rob Herring. So let's have a look at the start. First of all, Donny Schmidt looking for a good start. And he storms away in the start. And right behind him is Alessandro Pouzar. And then right behind him is Paul Cooper. So the Brit's starting well. And then Pekka Vekonen. And then Rob Herring, who's back in 5th position again. Now, Rob Herring actually picks off. There's some problems happening up there. You can keep an eye on those while I'm telling you what happens. Rob Herring picks off Pekka Vekonen, moves up, and then picks off Paul Cooper, fellow Briton, then picks off Alessandro Pouzar, and then, believe it, he chases really hard, and on lap 4, he actually manages to take Donny Schmidt, moves into the lead, and unfortunately gets a puncture on lap 5, and so is out of it. Trampas Parker had a lousy start, started back in 12th position, and managed to make his way back up to 6th position. But here we see Rob Herring still chasing before he gets the puncture. So really exciting, brilliant driving by Rob. He's going so well. And Jamie Dobb had a good start. He started in 7th, started to make his way up, and then actually had to retire on lap 4. So Rob Herring for a while leading, absolutely beautifully leading this 2nd moto. And you can see Schmidt in second place because Schmidt had a bit of a fall and isn't feeling very comfortable anyway. And Paul Cooper as well going well, but look at that man going. Rob Herring absolutely flying and in top form. Great to see him riding so well. Anyway, Donny Schmidt got back in the lead and one ahead of Alessandro Puzar and Bobby Moore. But I have to tell you that in the third heat, it was brilliant racing by Rob Herring, who determined to crack it, went out, got a good start, and ended up in third position after the start, and then battled his way up through and won the third heat. So absolutely brilliant riding by the young man, and the Castrol Honda team from the UK very proud of their Honda man in form. So that's the end of heat 2, but as I said, we can't show you the action from heat 3, but I just sort of talked you through it a bit. Now heat 3 was great for the British riders. There's the result of the second heat. Heat 3 was great for the British riders. Rob Herring first, Paul Cooper in 10th, Paul Mallon 11th, Ryan Hunt 13th, Mark Eastwood 14th, and Dave Smith, don't you know, in 17th. Jamie Dobb and Matt Bates retired on lap 1 and 4 respectively. There's the result of the heat, look. And lots of good riding ahead of us. There's Kurt. Amatitlan is the name of the town we're at. And it really is a town of great contrast, as you can see. Very hot, very humid. And it's great to have a round of the World Championship 125cc here. Of course, the next round was due to be in Brazil, also in the southern continent of America. That's been cancelled, and that's now going to take place in Mill in Holland. So the guys have come over just for this one event, and they're going to be heading back again. This is how everything arrived. Look, bits and pieces. But an interesting circuit. There's been a lot of rain. Let's have a look at the standings after round 9. South African Greg Albertine on very good form at the moment, ahead of Pedro Trachta, who is determined to get in there somewhere. Yves de Maria having an appalling season. Here's championship leader Greg Albertine. Look out for his orange helmet. Andrea Bartolini's done very well. He's second fastest in practice. Talon Boland, the fourth fastest in practice, going well. Peter Behrer, the German. There's Pedro Trachta, who came about 7th fastest in practice. John van der Berg, he was 5th fastest. Dave Strybos, always a big challenge, only 9th fastest in practice, but determined to get out there and go for it. So let us get out there and go for it in the first heat. Very heavy sand around this circuit here. And we have a look and see who gets out there first. And as we come round to that second corner, Talon Boland, 104. Followed by Andrea Bartolini, number 5. John van der Berg in a good 3rd place there. Yves de Maria is number 4. Number 9, Peter Behrer in there as well. And we've got mud there as well. I don't know whether you saw that. I mentioned to tell you that. Talon Boland in the lead, as you can see. So bits of it are very dry, but because it's been raining, bits of it are very wet as well. And the guys are having to ride it in a completely different way. So, 65 is Dave Strybos. He's having a bit of trouble keeping in contact with everybody at the moment. But 104, Talon Boland is motoring really well here now. He's got into the feel of it. That was Joachim Carlsen, number 11. There goes Trachta now, through the mud and back out onto the dry. Of course, this mixture completely obscures their numbers, so you can't see who's riding what. That was Albertine. You tell him by his orange helmet. Number 10. Number 9 is Peter Behrer. And these girls don't have numbers, but they can have mine anytime they like. Right, here we go. That's number 11 going through, Joachim Carlsen. We had a bit of a problem with John van der Berg. He's still at this stage in it, but he had a really bad crash later on in this first heat. And is in hospital, being looked at, and I don't even know whether he's going to be able to ride next week in Holland either, which is a great shame. So Bartolini coming good, number 5. He's 3rd behind Carlsen. Talon Boland in the lead. Greg Albertine not really finding it here. He's in about 4th at the moment. Very hot. There goes Andrea Bartolini, and that's Albertine there. So Talonvolant is still the leader, and 3 going through is Pedro Tractor. So Talonvolant takes it from Joachim Carlsen, from Andrea Bartolini, Greg Albertine and Pedro Tractor bringing up 5, 4 and 5. The Dave Stripers only managed 6. So it was Suzuki from Kawasaki, 2 Hondas, Suzuki and a Honda. On to the second heat. It's even wetter. Look in front of the starting gates there. It has been pouring with rain in between the 2 heats. And let's have a look now, see who gets away first. Well, another brilliant start by Boland. He was just on the outside there, keeping clear of trouble. I don't think we've got any fallers at this stage. Well, as I say, there we go. It looks like the Frenchman. I think that is Frederic Vial. There he is. Look, we got confirmation of that, and he's stalled his engine now as well. So Strivers out there. And Carlsen in good form as well. And Albertine chasing R2. Bits falling off when they get some of these jumps not quite right. So, Dave Strivos, Andrea Bartolini, Joachim Carlsen. 10 there is Greg Albertine. And he's overtaken the others, and we've got a good battle between Carlsen and Strivos. Strivos on the left there, Carlsen chasing him, number 11. Keep your eyes on him to see whether we can see any overtaking there. Vera going through there, Bartolini, Cheryl Sweeber as well. And Carlsen is in the lead. And Dave Strivos looking a little unsteady. He's not riding in his sort of natural, instinctive way that we're used to seeing him riding. Meanwhile, Andrea Bartolini is chasing very hard at the moment. That's Leon Gisbers. We haven't seen him on his Suzuki for a while.